As soon as it gets up. All right, let's try this shit again.
Are we live?
Almost. It'll be feeding here in just a second. Hopefully everybody can hear us in just a minute. So, hey guys, we're back. And I think this thing's fucking working. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll try it again. We'll go out and share it again. Guys, hopefully you're having a good night and just bearing with us. There's always something different. Yo, can you hear us again?
Oh, I can hear you coming through my phone.
Okay, good. So just making sure I've got the newest one on here. Yeah, there we go. You got it? We're back. Shit.
Baby's back.
There's always
Back
something
again.
with this stuff,
Yeah,
man.
seriously. There is
Always.
always.
All right, yeah. I had to go through and reset the A10.
So I think you need to start doing that like all the time.
I think I've said that like multiple times.
I think you have, and I think that is always the game plan, but you never do it.
Well, I was trying to, and I was ready ahead of time too. I was ready early tonight. So you guys, hopefully you're doing good tonight. Texas made it through. Well, at least most people. I think there's still several million people without power and shit.
Well, no, not without power, but a lot of people still without water.
There's definitely
I
water.
think most everybody almost has their power back.
Yeah.
But the water is still. Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna
we're ordering pizza, so
which we'll talk about the adventure in ordering pizza. But I'm gonna go run and make sure grab it before the dogs start to lose their shit. So
all right.
Entertain the people.
All right, I'll entertain the folks. All right, I'm just posting this out, you guys, real quick. We're live, so okay, I posted it again. Yeah, so man, we've always got something going on here. We're just I don't know, just chilling. So yeah, it's Saturday. It's warming up finally. That's fucking good. All my plants died. My aloe vera's died. Everything's died. So we're just trying. Even my big ass palm tree out back looks like shit. So I'm going to be doing a ton of work out there. But yeah, I mean, really, one of the things, the biggest thing is, like Beth mentioned, is it's a water issue here now. We're under a boil order for most places, but even literally across the road behind our neighborhood, there is you're going to hear the dogs barking here in a minute. Pizza's getting delivered. But they're under, like, they have no water at all. So it's kind of interesting that we can be sitting around having to deal with that shit at this point, you know. And we'll talk about this in a little bit. Cheers, what's up, man? A lot of places, even food places, like just restaurants and stuff like that, can't open because they don't have water, you know. And that's something that we hadn't really thought about. You know, we were able to get some food. Some of the grocery stores are still really, really tapped out right now because everybody, kind of like the fucking toilet paper thing, everybody ran to the grocery store. Which is kind of an interesting thing you think about, right? So when we went through the whole pandemic a year ago at this point, and, you know, we didn't have food necessarily, or people didn't have enough food. Beth and I've got plenty. You know, we always look at, we try and always have a little bit of extra stuff, you know, pasta and shit like that. So I don't know. Yeah, Reed, dude, it's definitely your fault. No, not at all. There's always something going on with my equipment. Makes no sense at all. But yeah, so we're going to kick off. We got some fun shit to talk about tonight. So first and foremost, thank you guys for joining us at The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg. And Beth is coming back here in just a second. She got the pizzas. I'm Greg. And this lovely lady wandering up now is Beth.
The eagle has landed.
The eagle has landed.
And has been secured in the oven.
All right, nice. So yeah, check us out on The Bar's Open on Instagram, also on in Facebook, and then also we push this out to iTunes, Spotify, and where else? Podbean, if you want to listen to it. What?
Where else?
Yeah, where else? So it's kind of cool. We've got a little thing going, so it's pretty cool.
Now I'm all out of breath.
I know, right?
Running around.
So I am sharing the image that I meant to share on Wednesday.
Try this concoction that we made.
Hang on a second. Sharing the image, the snowman. I even titled the San Antonio Snowman. So that's out there. That literally was in the neighborhood. So it's kind of interesting that we could have fucking big ass snowman. And there's one across the street still. It's kind of hanging in there.
No.
Yeah.
Did you look today?
Yeah, it's still kind of hanging in there.
60 degrees.
Yep. It's kind of funny. All right, so Beth, I made Beth a gin and tonic.
I have a bug in my drink.
Now she's got a bug in her drink. How the hell did that happen?
I don't know. Probably because it was on the can of the fucking Mountain Dew since it's 5 years old.
So we didn't have anything to.
So we didn't chill any of my White Claws.
No. White Claw fail.
Husband fail.
Hey.
Hey.
Don't spill that.
Not.
Did you taste it?
Yeah.
What's it taste like?
It's not good. It's not bad. With a splash of Mountain Dew.
A 2-year-old Mountain Dew in the fridge.
Yeah.
It's been sitting on the bottom shelf. So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, you guys.
You know, when times require, you just get creative and figure. And then after the fact, we were like, oh, we have orange juice. But that's for screwdrivers.
Yeah, I could have made you a screwdriver.
We don't have vodka. Oh. But I have orange juice because I drank mimosas last night.
Right.
They were yummy.
I don't know. All right, so let's jump into the shit today. So, like I said, Texas has we made it through for the most part. You know, there's some shit.
It's cleanup phase
I think
now.
there's definitely some interesting lessons to be learned, even at the government or even at the individual level. I would say
ERCOT level.
Well, yeah, you have the ERCOT. There's already the first lawsuit was filed on that.
Really?
Yeah, because of the ERCOT, all the bullshit. They're not prepared. They weren't prepared for this kind of thing.
Somebody's suing. That's shocking.
There's going to be a shit ton of lawsuits.
Well, if one person sues and they win, then they're automatically going to start settling with everybody.
It's going to be wrapped up for a long time.
What are they suing for?
Just I heard it on the news real quick, but
pain and suffering.
I don't know if it's pain and suffering, but big topic of the day is that Texas is recovering. There's a shortage on materials to repair plumbing. There's, like I had already mentioned, the water shortage.
There's shortage on everything.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. Groceries are short. It's just a weird kind of situation that you wouldn't expect.
Well, even restaurants are short.
And coming from New Hampshire or cold weather places, it's just that's built into your day to day.
But what happens is
here
they just don't have the knowledge and or the infrastructure to have that truck coming down 35 or I-10 to deliver.
Right. They get locked out.
I called Domino's tonight. I called several pizza places, which we'll talk about a little bit. But Domino's literally answered the phone. Hi, good evening. Well, I'd love to help you. We were out of pizzas for the night, so we are technically closed. You want to call us tomorrow? I just started laughing. I was like, sure, dude. Thanks.
That's awesome. So, yeah, I mean, I think everybody's seen this is the Ted Cruz travels to Cancun to lasso the sun and bring it back to Texas. So, while Ted Cruz...
I think this is stupid. But we talked about this.
Yeah, you and I talked about this.
Yeah, and you know my thoughts.
Right, and that's fair. You can share your thoughts.
I don't care if he's here or there.
It's one of those things that the guy went to Mexico, but it's an optics issue.
Absolutely. I mean, should he probably have thought about it a little bit better? Yes, but at the same time, what the fuck is he going to do while he's here?
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing that he could have been going in, but he could have done some other things.
Handing out bottles of water to people?
I mean, really.
He's got people to do that.
But he could have been doing that. So you have leaders lead from the front.
But then they would have found something else to bitch about. Like he didn't have enough waters, and so he doesn't care about me specifically.
He should have had a better.
I mean, he's a politician, so automatically he's not the brightest bulb in the bunch. But
what are you doing there?
Shaking my shoulders.
I'm just saying, there's so many fucking memes about him coming back. There's one. Do you remember the where people got into the Congress or whatever it was, and there's the dude that had like the podium, like Nancy Pelosi's podium. You see that picture?
No, I didn't.
Like the dude is stealing the podium, right? There's one that they've like subbed out, like or photoshopped Ted Cruz in with like a margarita, a big ass margarita in his hand. It was a toss up between this one and that one. So yeah, but I mean, I think it was just I don't want to say it's like an abject failure by Ted Cruz or whatever, but it is like he could have been doing some other shit just to get in front, even if he's not a state politician in that sense, right? But he does represent Texas. So regardless if you chose the job, man.
I mean, I know, but I think people just like to complain.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So he's just something else that they can throw shit at.
Yep.
And
on a different note, but
both sides, I see both sides. I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, what?
But this is the other thing.
Going to be here.
You had like fucking AOC in Texas handing out food, raised AOC's quartet and whatever her name is, the fucking liberal chick. I can't think of her name. But she was there fucking handing out water and food and all that.
I don't care.
And raised $3 million. So that's a pretty
Did she?
good.
I mean, did she really raise $3 million, or did she have somebody give her $3 million? Like
Doesn't
somebody in her
matter.
pocket
If
that
it
she
goes
said,
to the
"Give me
state-
$3 million, and I'll make this happen for you."
It doesn't matter.
It does if she's making illegal deals.
Why would she
for
be
it.
making an
I
illegal
don't know.
deal?
I'm
That's
just finding an issue with her. Leave me alone. Because it's illegal to say, "I'll scratch your back if you scratch
well,
my
no
back,"
shit.
and that's what she
What are you
could have
talking
technically
about?
done.
You're just going off the deep end over
Just
here.
going. I'm just pulling a Greg LaMontagne and spewing shit that I don't know about.
No, you're not politic, Beth.
No, that's not what we
Poli-sci
called you.
Beth.
Yeah, that's better.
Poli-sci Beth. Hey guys, cheers.
But Ian is.
Ian's poli-sci Ian.
Yeah.
Because he's got a degree in it and he's smart
Did you just call me not smart?
in that. I don't even know what that means. That's some reference to Friends that means like fuck you or
How did
something.
I marry you if you don't know what that means?
Because I
Nope.
wasn't a Friendster.
I,
Remember that
yeah.
app? No?
Episode?
Wasn't there an app? Friendster? I think there was an app
I don't know.
or a page or something like that.
I don't
But
know.
seriously,
Napster. There was Napster.
I
Are
know,
you
but I
getting
think
that
there was
confused with
Friendster too. But seriously, so there was these big loud bangs happening
where?
over somewhere around us.
Recently, right?
Yesterday,
Yeah,
they sounded
what was
like
that?
I don't know, it was Godzilla because that's exactly what Ian
I mean,
and I were thinking about.
I did hear it, and every once in a while I was like, what is that?
And it was over and over.
Yeah,
and
it
it
like
was always
every
two at a time.
30
Boom,
seconds or so.
boom. It was weird. We were just sitting outside drinking beer, like, what
Did
the
you
fuck
happen
is
to
that?
Google it?
People on our local page, I started asking, "Oh my god, what is that?" And I said Godzilla, and I put a little picture of Godzilla shaking his ass.
Somebody did really ask
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
And did
actually.
anybody respond?
Yeah.
Did
Well,
you get some laughs?
Nobody actually knew what the fuck it was.
Well,
I
no.
think
Nobody ever knows what it is.
probably super secret shit going on. Maybe it's a quarry. I don't know. There's a quarry over here somewhere. Maybe they're blowing shit
no,
up.
I think the quarry's off of I-10 now. I don't know.
I don't know. But it was interesting.
But
I was
maybe they were
totally expecting
rebuilding.
Mothra
Maybe
and
they were
Godzilla
rebuilding
to come hang out.
because I know my boss said that they had to put new telephone poles for the electricity. That's why it took them so long to get electricity back, because they needed new poles, because I guess they busted
Oh, really? From what?
the storm. I don't know.
Like from the? I wonder if it
Froze
was
and
the weight
snapped,
of
or
the
the
shit.
snow. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be really big when I put it in here.
What are you doing now?
Did I say that out loud?
That's what she said. But that would be
think I
more
did.
like a "that's what he said."
So we'll jump into some of our stories here.
What are we talking about?
This is the Mars rover, right? So Perseverance landed
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Yesterday?
I
Thursday.
think it was yesterday or the day before, one or the other. But it's pushing through the
Thursday. I
first
don't know.
ever color images of Mars,
Oh, that's cool.
right? So the very first photo they took had like a lens on it to protect it, right? So this image is from they said the undercarriage of the Mars rover, and then there's another one of the wheel, but I only pulled this one. But it's actually color, right?
It's like Arizona.
Yeah, kind of. Actually, kind of does, right? But it's really, but the difference is it's got 20 megapixel imagery,
Okay.
which is pretty high
Fantastic.
resolution for a camera, and this is just one of several.
Okay.
So you think about that, like going from the prior rovers that are out there, it's pretty badass, man. If you want, go out, check it out. It shows you the whole landing, and then they've got one where it's like 3 feet off the ground, or either 3 meters or 3 feet off the ground.
Are those the ones they have color?
It's just an image where it's dropping this thing, so it's got like a parachute kind of thing,
And you can see it just dropping.
and it's like landing below it, and all this dust is. It's pretty cool. It was really interesting to go see. So if you guys are bored, go check that shit out.
Didn't you say it was like 3 hours long?
Well, you can fast forward because
Okay.
it's got all the lead up and everything to it. So yeah, it was cool though. Go check it out. It's really interesting. There's some I think NASA's actually got
Maybe
a
we'll see
page
Martians.
dedicated to it.
Okay.
Just for the images as they upload
Oh, that's
images,
cool.
they're going to be dropping them out there.
I think
for
that
kind
would
of-
be interesting.
That's the cool part
Yeah.
about it. And it's not just some blurry fucking picture out in the distance. And they've also got the first helicopter on that rover.
Wait, what?
They've got a fucking helicopter on that rover.
What? It must be tiny.
The helicopter can take off. It's like a drone.
I was going to say,
basically.
so it's basically a drone.
Yeah, that they can fly that bitch around. That's gonna be badass. That's gonna be cool
What,
as shit.
why is this the first? They just have never
They've
thought
put
about it?
I think drone technology finally is at the point
Where they can
you
handle
can do
it
it from
zillion
miles away, yeah.
light
Isn't that
years
cool,
away.
though?
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting when you can actually get like
How long did it take to get there?
I don't remember a couple months probably. I don't remember exactly. I probably
Because
should
in the
have looked that
movies,
up.
they always make it seem like the trip to Mars is
I don't know.
years.
Yeah, it was pretty cool though. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's exciting, and where you have kind of like all the bullshit going on. This is something everybody can get around.
Something to distract you.
Yeah. It's just really, it's pretty fun to check out. So, I don't know. I like it. I think it's cool.
Nope.
You noped out of that one?
No, the drink.
What about it?
It's just, I don't know.
Too strong? You got more ice cubes
No,
over
I'm
there.
good.
Kiddo.
It's not too strong. I don't know what it is. Might be the gin. It's not my normal gin.
There's that. Yeah.
We decided to try. We got my regular, and then we decided
This
to
one's been in
also
there
try.
forever. Yeah.
I think the mountain can soda go flat in a can before it's open? I don't know.
I think so.
Seems kind of flat, but who knows? Hashtag first world problems.
What else do we have going on?
Turtle.
You got turtles. So
Turtle,
go ahead
turtle.
and I'll share yours, but I've got to reposition it. As always, again, you guys, hope you're doing well. I'm going to try and figure this shit out real quick because I've got to reposition everything. But yeah, we just hung out today. What else did we put in? I'm like a plumber around here nowadays.
I wouldn't go that far. You did a great job.
I'm a plumber.
So I did not know this,
You didn't know what?
that when the temperature of the water gets too cold, turtles can't swim and they die. They
Yeah.
drown.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. And so with this storm, and you never think about it because the ocean doesn't freeze over, so you
Right.
never think it drops
Well,
that much.
not in like the Gulf anyway.
But they had to rescue a ton of turtles. Turtle, myrtle. And so while we were worried about power, the turtles were worried about surviving.
Yeah.
And so they came and they've taken nearly 4,500 sea turtles since Sunday, which
Where's that at? Like, I know they said it was at like a stadium or something like that,
Let's
right?
see if it tells me. So this is from the 17th. So they may have even rescued more because the 17th was Wednesday?
Something like that.
Something like that. So here's the first picture, and I'll look and see. But here's one of the first groups.
That's crazy. It's
Yeah.
a lot of turtles, man.
It is.
But it's awesome that they're doing. I saw a picture of a boat.
Do they have to get them wet? They don't have to keep them wet, right?
don't
Because they're
think
not
so.
wet when they're in the zoo.
Well, those.
I mean, they have water to go swim in when they went to, but they
I don't know
keep
if you
them
have
wet
to
all
keep
the time.
wetting them down. I don't know. They freeze.
I don't. Well, they're
Maybe.
inside.
Yeah. don't know.
Let's see.
To keep. Happy Saturday, Sandy. How you doing? Do you have to keep turtles wet? I don't know.
I don't think
Is that
so.
that's a question for turtle? Ian has a turtle.
Ian has a turtle.
We were talking about it. If it really got bad enough, he's gonna eat it.
Good gravy.
It's like
Maybe that's why his
the
tummy's
Hunger
upset.
Games around here. Yeah, man. Did you eat your turtle, dude? I don't think he did.
So
I
they
think he
were
probably get
retrieving them
divorced.
by boat and on foot.
Yeah.
I have a picture of the boat here in just 1 second. I'm trying to see if it tells me where the floor of Sea Turtle Inc.'s facility was covered in bins. So this is its turtle facility.
Okay.
So Sea Turtle Inc. Let me share this other picture. Could you turn that off for a second?
Sure.
Oh, wait. Oh, I see. The city's Convention of Visitors and Bureau donated the use of the South Padre Island Convention
Okay,
Center.
so South Padre Island.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Um,
Yeah, it's pretty
They
interesting.
did run out of space, but they
Share it
did
again?
also. Not yet. Hold on. Let me call it up. It's a different picture, and this one is where I saw it first. This is actually a ship in the ocean.
Oh, I saw that. I think I saw that one.
Yeah, and
Where
so
it's like the deck is all
covered
like
with
covered with
turtles.
turtles. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Let's see.
The thaw is gone pretty good.
Yeah,
think
the snow's all gone for the
snow's
most
all
part, except
gone.
for where the sun doesn't hit. There's like a couple
A
places.
little bit, but really, it's today was I think the big day for people
60.
to realize if they had major plumbing issues or not. Simply because all the pipes start warming up and you start pushing air through, and if they didn't do it right, they're fucked.
Well, and they did say some water boilings were done. We're not, so we're still boiling water. But,
Yep. But we're getting back.
But you can share now. So like, here's a picture from the game warden, and this is actually from one of their ships.
There we go.
Oh, what happened?
I hit the wrong button.
Did you put the picture on yet?
Yep.
You hit the wrong button.
Yeah, it's gonna come back up here in a second. Don't worry, guys.
So it's back up. But so you can see the ship. They had them everywhere on the ship. They had on the side decks, the front decks.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
They were like doing everything they
Here's the
could to
big
get that.
picture. They have them in cars. Do you see this person's car? It's gonna be ruined.
They put. Oh, fuck, I mean, whatever.
I mean, they're probably a volunteer anyway, so they probably
Yeah.
have had several turtles back
Yeah.
there before. But
I don't know. So somebody, Troy asked, what's the Drinking Bros code for Postmates? I don't know if they still are doing that discount code, but it would be Drinking Bros, I think. So I would presume that would be it.
I wasn't impressed
And
with
it
them.
looks like we're clocking again, so I'm not sure why, but who knows? We'll carry on as we do.
Hence the reason why the cable guy is coming out tomorrow.
Yep, cable guy is coming tomorrow.
Is he the cable guy or internet guy?
Whatever, it's the same thing. So, yeah, hopefully it'll pick back up and we'll be normal speed. But it says we got excellent connections.
Conditions. I was like,
so you watch it all on this. If you've never done a podcast, it's kind of an interesting thing. You have to stream everything. You run it through OBS, then you run it through
nobody cares.
ATEM. It's just a bunch of technical bullshit that you have no control over.
So you're challenged
it's like
with
life.
2 times a
You
week.
have no control over it. Jesus, take the wheel.
You probably have a little bit more control than you
That's
say.
all I got.
It just requires
Jesus,
a little
take
bit
the
more
wheel.
time.
I don't know.
All right, so let's talk about the first cloned animal in the U.S.
Yeah, first cloned animal. This is pretty cool. So this is a ferret that
My nieces had ferrets.
the ferret's name is Elizabeth Ann, right? And it's the first cloned black-footed ferret ever in the United States. And it's an endangered species.
Where do they normally come from if this is the first one ever in the United States?
First cloned in the
okay.
United States, right?
Okay.
So they're going through, and it's cute as shit too. It's on screen. But really, it's one of those things. It's like you see this thing, and you're like, oh, it's cute as shit, right? But it's a bigger purpose, right? So this is kind of a heavy.
She's cute.
Yeah, this is kind of a heavy animal one. So I was thinking, it's like, what else can they start cloning, really,
Don't
right?
clone your dog. I would totally clone my dog.
No, I'm not. Well, Bomber or Lucy, Bomber
Yes, Jackson.
or old Golden. Yeah, he was.
I mean, we have his ashes. Technically, that's his.
No, there's no DNA. It's all burnt.
Don't we have?
We're those weird people that kept our dog's ashes too. It's the only
Not
dog
all
we
of
do.
them. We kept him.
Is that weird? I think
Did we
it's kind
keep
of weird.
Hampton?
No, he was
We
an
kept
asshole.
Jackson. He wasn't an asshole.
me
He
his
was just
little
misunderstood.
I got a
Footprint.
scar on my face from that dog biting me. He was an asshole. He was misunderstood.
We kept Jackson.
He was on medicine too.
He was on anxiety medicine. That poor dog was. He was
He was
a little
crazy.
spun
Special.
up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Special.
Another herding dog. I think that's the problem. Is a lot of herding dogs are anxious by nature.
Yeah.
My
But what would you want cloned that could come back? I'm like,
dog. One of my dogs.
I'm thinking
Lucy.
bigger.
Lucy.
Like I want saber-toothed tiger.
No, negative, Ghost Rider. Because then people want them as pets. Because we keep. I read something that there's more pets. There's more tigers in captivity than there are in zoos. Illegal captivity. Than there are in zoos.
Yeah. That's just always.
So
been-
somebody will end up keeping one in
It's
their
all the
backyard. He'll
rich,
get
crazy
loose. He'll
people.
go on.
Maybe not rich. Maybe it's just Florida man.
He'll go run around and eat somebody's kids, and God, it'll cause problems. No saber tooth. Didn't you see Jurassic Park? Damn it! Did you learn nothing
That
from
would
Jurassic
be
Park?
badass,
Did
right?
you learn nothing?
I think because that's an educational video, we could probably do it better. You learn from the prior mistakes, right?
Well, seeing as it's fiction, I don't think we learned anything from it.
It's like wargaming,
Okay.
right? You
No.
plan for the worst and you go.
Plan for the
Saber-tooth
worst and hope
comfort
for the
animal.
best.
Yeah, Sandy said a saber-tooth comfort animal, I think.
Saber-tooth
So this thing,
comfort.
it is pretty cute, though. It's
Well, you
pretty
can't
cool.
take it on airlines
So
anymore.
they were able to duplicate the genes of an animal that died over 30 years ago.
Wait, how?
So the ferret, they had the DNA from a few years ago,
Aw.
right? And they were able to.
Now, when you
Clone
clone something, are they normal? Like, can they reproduce and
Yeah,
they can help
it's an
the
animal.
population
Yep.
rebuild as far as the dwindling numbers?
Isn't that cool? Kind of
It's
interesting.
kind of like, I mean, I'm pretty sure in the 80s I saw movies about cloning, and now it's happening. Well, technically, it's been
Well,
happening
in, like,
forever.
China,
It's been happening
or
forever. We
wherever,
just haven't.
they've been doing
did
crazy
they do?
shit
We
like that.
haven't.
They did,
Yeah.
well, there was like
we did a lamb.
Molly the Lamb.
Yeah.
There's a few things like
I think
that.
there's been a couple dogs.
Japan, maybe. Yeah, they do a few. weird
Because there
things.
was a business, I don't know if it's still around, but there was a business that you could pay a ton of money and they would clone your dog for you.
It was probably in China.
I don't know.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway,
But they are crazy.
it's interesting. It's
Look,
interesting.
she's cute. Elizabeth Ann is very cute.
Yep.
I'd take her.
So you've got a fun animal story
Oh.
here.
Dude, I mean, Okay, first of all, outhouses really still.
It's Alaska. Like you don't have, dude. We had plumbing issues, and I've got a friend that's having an issue right now, and he's happy to have plumbing. But
and this is why I could never live in
just
Alaska
outdoors.
because I'm never gonna have a house where I have to go outside.
You ever seen the show with like
Yes.
it's
They always have to move the fucking outhouse every season.
yeah, those people are like loaded.
I don't care. They're
Why
crazy.
would you? I bet you they have. It's probably like
Why
Bear
are they? They're
Grylls.
not loaded because they live in Alaska.
No, that's just the show.
Yeah, they're not loaded
Right.
because they live in Alaska. So me moving to Alaska is not going to make
You know,
me loaded,
Jules,
and
part
I'm going
of
to
that
have
family.
to, and I'm going to have to poop in an outhouse
save your soul.
and worry about getting bit on the ass. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, you're right. Fuck
So an
that.
Alaskan woman using her outhouse was attacked by a bear from below.
What do you mean?
From below, he was in the actual
Oh
outhouse.
fuck!
Yeah, they don't. The game
Was he like
warden.
hibernating down there?
They were wondering if maybe because if he did, they were saying
That's a shitty situation. Boom, boom.
Oh, good.
Dad
gravy.
joke.
Oh my gosh, that was horrible. They don't know, like, if the bears, what they were saying is sometimes if the bears don't get enough fat before they go into their den, because hibernation, I think we all think that hibernation means they're sleeping, and they're not technically asleep. They're just laying low because their food is low.
That chick's ass became food.
They're wondering if maybe they thought it was warm in there, and if they hadn't been there in a while, it was clean. Because I guess this is a yurt they go to visit occasionally. And
Okay.
so she went with her brother and his girlfriend, and they were visiting the yurt. And
There's your first problem.
yeah,
They got a fucking yurt. Come on, man.
I mean, if there are anyone's like things like the ones in Hawaii that are like 2 and 3 stories,
it's
fuck
in
yeah.
Hawaii.
But, so they don't think technically she was bit on the ass because they sure it probably would have been much worse.
They just
They
like
think it
took its index and was like, "What's that?" Like scratch and
it
sniff.
thinks it like scratched at it, like it scratched her butt. And
That-
they do.
What
think
would
it-
you do if a fucking you look back down and you're like, "Holy shit, there's a
Well, that's
bear."
what the brother did.
Slam the
She
lid
came
and-
out and she was like, "Something bit me on the butt," and so he's taken a, he had the girlfriend check her butt, and he went out to the outhouse to see if he could find what the culprit was, and he said he looked down, he was like, and there was a bear, and so
Holy
I
shit.
closed the lid and I ran inside, and they did not go back out. The next day they went back out and they found a bunch of bear prints
It had
around
wandered off,
the-
like gotten out.
yeah, and so they think probably looking for a warm place.
That's
but,
crazy.
It was a black bear. They think it was a black bear because somebody,
That's
a
crazy.
neighboring yurt, I don't know if it was really a yurt, but a neighbor, the next house over, actually had pictures of a black bear that had been in the area. So I don't know. She said her biggest
Damn.
lesson learned is she's going to look down the toilet before she sits down next time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on. You wouldn't think you'd have to do that.
No,
In
but
Alaska,
now
but it's
I'm
a warm little
that's
cubby
like
hole.
when we go camping and they have those bathrooms that are usually just like a giant outhouse. I normally end up gagging 50 times, but I
Yep.
always look down because I'm terrified of snakes and spiders.
Well, that's because we live in Texas. That's the shit
Well,
you
I
have to
also
worry
did it
about
in
here.
Arizona because
Yeah, or Arizona. Yeah.
But I always look down.
I want to
it,
get bit
but
on the ass by a rattlesnake or something,
No,
or a black
or the
widow.
JJ.
That would suck. That would suck. Hey, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
It's Saturday. There's some fights on. I think there's some free fights on right now. I didn't really check into it too much, but those are always fun. So check that shit out.
That's horrible.
Yeah. What?
That.
That drink?
Yeah.
Well, Beth's drinking a gin and tonic with some Mountain Dew in it because she thought that was probably a good idea.
It's better than nothing. It had no. I needed flavor. Don't judge me.
Oh, you're judged.
I know.
So today is National Love Your Pet Day.
Yes.
So that's always good. Again, I told you we're on like an animal kick right now. We've got 5
Animal
stories
Kingdom.
just straight in a row or whatever, or 4 or whatever. With if you count Godzilla, it's 5.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
So today is National Love Your Pet Day, and they did a survey that says people will do, and they discovered that people will do just about anything for their pups.
Yeah.
I mean, hello. I wiped poop off Lucy's butt earlier. I mean, ugh,
That's the
that is me.
cost of
That
being
is
a
love.
pet parent.
That is love.
Well, you
And I
can't let
was
her in
like-
the house otherwise.
Well, no, she was already in the house. Hence the reason why I did it, because
Oh.
I was like, Dad can do it when he gets up, and I was like, fuck, but she's already in the house. I can't wait for Dad. I gotta get up in
Bianca
there.
said, I have an unjustified fear of a snake coming out of the water. I check for that every time. Damn right.
Well, because it happens a lot in California.
Like
Remember all
Florida, it
those
happens a
stories
lot,
where
too.
there was one, I can't remember where in California it happened, but woman went to in the middle of the night, went to go potty, and luckily she had a nightlight on, and when she lifted the lid, something tried to slither out. She was like, no, slam the hood down, put like some heavy stuff on it so it couldn't get out, and called the authorities.
Yep.
So yeah, no, seriously, that happens. Ooh.
We had some snakes in Phoenix. We had the rattlesnake, and then we had those.
That's totally
other
different from
gopher
my
snakes.
toilet, though.
Yeah, but it was still, they're there. If you could get in, how the hell did they get in your pipes? I don't know. Florida, it happens quite
From
often.
the sewer, I would assume, and then they
guess.
just.
Yeah, they can hold their breath for a while, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I don't think there's always water in there until you flush it.
What? Where?
From your toilet to the sewer, I don't think there's always water running in there.
No. It's not like backed all the way
No,
up.
that's why I'm
you're right.
saying that they don't need to
I don't
hold their
know.
breath.
Seems strange.
So the survey came back
Fuck,
and
I
said
don't
that Americans say they've pulled off some daring rescues, climbing scaffolds at construction sites, diving into frozen ponds, those type of things to save their dogs. Owners reported getting between their hound and another angry canine, which
We've done
that.
Yep.
You've done that. Another one took an electric shock from exposed wires before the pup could get to it. I would hope that I would do that.
Yeah, you would. Or it's going to learn its lesson, one or the other.
It's going to be dead.
Depends on if it's just a horse shock.
In
whatever.
advance of National Love Your Pet Day on February 20th, a study of 2,000 American dog owners examined all the ways respondents showed their love for their pooch and found that 72% said that they would gladly put themselves in harm's ways to save their dog. I'm pretty sure we'd fall in
Yeah,
that
yeah. I
72%.
would do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so,
absolutely.
too.
So, yes, Arizona has scorpions like in the movies. There are
What
scorpions
do you mean? Like
everywhere.
the big ones? What do they mean?
You got big ones, you got
But
small
the
ones.
big ones are less poisonous than the
than
small ones.
And it's
so
not that they're less poisonous, they just don't control the venom coming out. They're stinging.
the little ones?
But yeah, we
Nasty
had one
bastards.
big ass one that was in the middle of the floor. And normally, that's unusual. That means they're normally going to die. But we had a big ass one, like right in the middle of our tile floor.
Oh, thank goodness but it did happen once here too, didn't it?
Not here.
I thought we found one in the kitchen that was little.
Not here.
I know we found some I'm pretty sure
Phoenix,
we found one here
them.
too.
Yeah, Phoenix, we found them. We had coyotes running through the neighborhood.
It was
Phoenix was like living in literally the wild, wild west. Coyotes. We had giant owls attacking whatever.
So let me finish this real quick.
Okay, go for it.
So in addition to the 70% said
In the house.
nearly 4 out of 5 considered their pets or their dogs full-fledged family members, which we do.
Yep.
For some,
Only I got to get damn tax write off on them.
right?
That'd be
Like you
awesome.
could claim them like children. For some, it could be the most important relation in the household. Some married respondents said that 79% of those respondents married or in a relationship, over half admitted to kissing their dogs more than their partners.
Maybe. Lucy gets a lot of hugs and kisses.
Yeah, she gives me kisses.
Yep.
And
Depends
that
on the
might
night.
Wubba, wubba. And then another one said 61% concluded they prefer their dogs to some people they know.
That's absolutely 100% true.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So I just thought it was fun fact since today is National Love Your Pet Day.
All right. Morbid question.
Uh-oh.
You had like your worst enemy or your dog. Somebody was like, all right, you got to kill one.
Oh, a person.
Okay.
In a heartbeat. If there was a person and a dog in the street,
Not that
and
we
I
have
had to hit
enemies,
one
but
of
I'm just
them,
saying.
I'm gonna hit the person because they might be able to dodge me. Well, the dog has no idea. I know I'm gonna get crucified for that one, but I would hit.
You're not going to
person.
get crucified for anything.
I would hit the person before I hit a dog. The person is smart enough to get out of the way. The dog,
With
not
their
so
backs
much.
to you.
Honk my horn.
I mean, hey, it's just one of those questions you got to ask, right?
What would you do?
Stop the car.
No, worst enemy or your dog.
Worst enemy.
But what if you can't stop the car? Because usually by the time
Oh, like brake lines are cut?
no, like by the time they run out, they're literally right in front of you. You have to swerve and you could hit a person.
Depends on the person. If it is like somebody I really don't like.
What if it's somebody you totally don't know at
What
all?
if it's somebody you really like?
Still gonna hit them over my dog. Over a dog. My dog. A dog. Still gonna hit them over a dog.
That's a rough question, right?
No.
No?
I answered it quite easily.
You know what? That's take on.
Yeah, stay out of the streets, bitches, if I'm on the road.
She doesn't drive much. What's up next? We got, how do you say it? Kim Yee?
Kim Yee.
So- so Kim K
Not really. I'm being
and-
K-I-M-Y-E.
and And what the hell's his
So
name?
Kim Kardashian and
Kanye.
West.
Getting a divorce.
She filed for divorce
Yeah.
this week. It just in that way, I just thought it was. I love it was Kimmy. They didn't say what she filed. Like I'm sure it's probably going to be like what is it, irreconcilable differences or whatever. But they have been married for 6.5 years. I did not realize it had been that long, almost 7 years.
Yeah. They've got a couple kids together.
They
and
have
shit.
4 kids.
Yeah. Or 4 kids
4
together?
kids.
Damn.
Yeah.
So his thing that he came out and made a statement on
Okay.
is that he thinks the straw that broke the camel's back was
The canceling of the show.
nope.
Oh, because that's what they said in this.
No, he said that it was his presidential run.
That just was too much for her to handle.
I guess.
I think they're both batshit crazy and perfectly deserve
There's
each
probably
other.
that.
But
and they've been on the air, like the Kardashians.
But
has
he's
been on the air for
never
like 20
showed
years.
up. Like he's been in he's been brought up in conversations, but he's never been on. According to
'Cause
this,
he probably doesn't get paid for it.
Well, he's probably like, I don't need it. That's the stupidest show ever. Why am I going to go on it? Totally ruined my street cred.
So that made me think is I don't know. You can Google like what's Beth's net worth and it's going to be like $11 and Greg's net worth $13, probably less because mine is yours and whatever.
Yeah.
But Kanye's net worth is $1.3 billion.
1.3 billion.
Yep.
What's hers?
780 million.
I mean, do you think she's going to get money? I don't think she should get money.
I think it's amicable.
They probably definitely have a prenup.
Oh, I would imagine so. I don't know.
So if somebody did their job.
I don't know.
They did say though, like I thought this was funny. So the beginning of the end of the marriage came after the September announcement that the show that made her family name, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, was coming to an end in 2021 after 14 years. So that was the beginning of the end for their marriage.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe she was like, all right, I used you to get.
I don't think so because she was so fucking famous before that. I mean, they've been on that show for literally like almost 20 seasons or 14 years.
That's what I said, 14?
I think that's what you
14
said.
years.
And then they stopped that show and now they're already getting ready to do another show. So it's like, yeah, I
I
mean,
can't believe people watch. I've never watched a single one in my life.
but you know about it.
Well,
That's all that
yeah.
matters. It's just name recognition and all of that, right? The whole Kardashian family. I don't know. It's interesting. So
though, when they said the show was ending, I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to get a divorce. Here's the thing, though. So, like, no matter what he says, she's going to say he's crazy because they've been saying that for a couple years now since he went off on that whole. Remember when she came out and said,
that's what, Miss Cambianca.
Forgive my husband. Not only is it blah, 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 but along with his bipolar, he's
kind of batshit crazy. But Miss Cambianca said it's when he told the world that Kim was thinking about aborting their daughter.
Yeah.
I think that's their daughter. But yeah, I mean, the guy's kind of said some crazy shit over the years.
But he's also an artist.
He's a very eccentric dude.
Aren't most artists very eccentric in some way?
Yeah, absolutely.
Some louder than
it
others.
Sucks. I mean, regardless, it sucks.
It's sad, but I was like, huh.
They'll be fine.
7 years. Oh yeah, please. They're gonna both land on their feet. They're gonna be great.
So?
Yeah,
you think they'll be all
fine.
right?
They're gonna make it. They'll both be married. They'll both be married again in 6-7 months. She probably already has a boyfriend. You know, this Kardashians. You know how they roll.
Dude, she's landed.
I was reading. This is her third
dudes.
marriage.
Yeah, she was married to the basketball guy, right?
Yeah, but she was married to. So let's see. Kardashian's first marriage at age 19 in 2000 to music producer Damon Thomas lasted until 2004.
Okay.
And so she was married for 4 years to him. In 2011, she married Humphreys. Wait, hold on. Yeah. She married Humphreys in a heavily hyped wedding that was televised in a 2-part special on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She filed for divorce 3 months later.
Jesus.
Why wouldn't you just get it annulled at that point? Maybe because they didn't get married in the church or something? Well, I can't imagine that they're practicing Catholics.
Do they have to be practicing Catholics?
You have to be active in the Catholic Church in order
to be
for them
married in a Catholic church. Yeah.
Well, to get married in Catholic Church, but also for the annulment.
Remember when we got married in the Presbyterian church because it just had to be that way.
Dude, my mother was still alive. Of course, it had to be that
and
way.
we had to go to counseling, like premarital counseling, and it was fucking hilarious.
It was, but maybe if I would have done that with my first husband, I wouldn't have married him.
She made me do it though, goddammit.
I didn't make you do it. The church made you do it. Remember they gave us a hard time because we were already living together. I was like, not only has he lived with it, but he's slept with it and banged it too. So let's keep rolling.
It was an interesting time 13 years ago.
Was it almost 14 years in August?
Yeah.
Oh Holy crap. I had to count on my fingers.
I don't know.
So, wow.
Yeah, they'll be okay.
I just can't even imagine having $1.3 billion.
I want $1 million in my bank account.
I want like
I want $1
$3
million
million.
just discretionary. I just want spending. I just want to have a cool mill in my bank account. I just be like, fuck it.
Negative. You can't say fuck it with just $1 million anymore. The world's too expensive.
No, I want other money, but I want a walking around money.
Oh, you want to be like that fighter that used to have that gym bag full of money he took everywhere with him?
Floyd Mayweather.
Yes. What, didn't he carry like $1 million with him everywhere? He does. And how he's never gotten robbed?
Because he's got 1 million security guards and probably all former Navy SEALs and shit guarding his ass.
I just feel like you're asking for, I got $1 million. Come take it.
It maybe kind of is what, I don't know. I'd do it. I'd take that
You take
chance.
it?
Or
you take the money with you everywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you take the chance and trying to take the $1 million.
Florida Florida women. This is kind of like Florida man story.
This is fucking hilarious, by the way.
Kind of like a Florida man story. As I spit. So 2 ladies in Florida, one age 34, one age 44. They went to a like a COVID vaccination site or whatever. The doctors I think it was a vaccination site. And they went to get a booster for their vaccinations. But this is how they got ahead of the line. They were dressed up as old ladies. Like wigs.
So crazy. Because remember when kids were doing that to try to buy alcohol?
Like glasses.
And now they're trying
hats,
to do it.
Gloves. The whole old lady shebang kind of thing, right?
That's funny.
They went for their booster, which means they had already pulled this off one time before. There's no pictures. Otherwise, I'd have a picture. I'm just thinking Golden Girls, right? Like,
right.
Picture of the Golden Girls, like kind of dressed up. But the medical, like whoever's managing like the medical, like the distribution
facility,
of it,
right.
He comes out and he's like laughing. He's like, I don't know how they weren't caught before, you know.
Somebody wasn't paying attention.
Wasn't paying attention,
or
but they
didn't care
had
enough.
the COVID card, like the requirements. You had to show your ID, so they probably got fake IDs.
So here's the thing that's funny, because I read an article today. Remember the girl I think she's like a host on The Talk or something. Her husband was the guy that was the Broadway star that died. Like first he got his leg cut off because of blood clots, and then he ended up dying like 7 days later.
The dancer.
She got her first COVID shot, and I guess people were giving her a hard time. But what's happening is people are going. So if they have enough serum for 100 people that day, and only 50 people of the people who are supposed to be getting it show up, and there's no more people can go up and be like, hey, if you don't want to waste it, use it. And that's what she did. She waited in line until everybody who was supposed to get it got it, and then she went got in line, and people were giving her a hard time on social media. But so basically all you had to do was troll the COVID vaccination sites and just wait to see if anything got left over.
I don't know. It's kind of funny that people are like that. Like, I mean, I need to get it. I'm going to cut in front of like grandma.
Remember they were doing it for alcohol.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dressed like kids. That I could get. That I could understand. I want some alcohol, but to get my COVID shot, I'm gonna
It's going to happen eventually. Whatever.
Well, they say 1 in 10 now. Every 1 in 10, every 1 out of 10 American now has the COVID vaccination.
That's good. I don't know. So there's a question. If you get the first shot,
I was wondering
you don't get the second, do you have to redo it? I don't know. I don't know if there's a
because then I was thinking too, because when I said you could troll it, so then you have to hope that in a month or 2 months or whatever the time frame is, that you can find enough that they have left over after.
I don't know.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Or do you get automatically on a list because you got the first vaccination? So now you have to get
probably. I think you automatically have a follow up on it.
I don't know.
But if you're doing some shady shit,
that is a great question.
But it's not that shady. So that's where it comes down to. When I was looking through the comments and stuff like that, some people are like, "There's gonna be people that just don't want to get it,
and there's gonna be people
that really want it. So let everybody.
It's gonna bounce out. I mean. For the most part, people who don't want it, though, aren't the people that need it.
If you're all for it, give it to the people that are high risk.
Right. And I think that's probably why
disabilities, medical conditions.
So are they going to press charges or what happens to them?
It didn't say. Yeah.
I mean, because they didn't technically break a law.
I don't know. Kind of funny, though.
I guess you'll have to keep your eye on it and let us know if there's any updates.
So.
Oh, good gravy.
So. Give me 1 second. I'm going to move these around real quick. It's kind of an interesting. So imagine being on a United Airlines flight, right? and you're heading to Hawaii looking for a great trip, and all of a sudden your fucking engine
I
blows
wonder
up.
if anybody from Texas was on this plane.
Probably Ted Cruz. Like, fuck it.
No, he's
Leave
going
it-
to Mexico, remember?
whatever. But yeah, Dad. So there's video out.
That's the
That's the engine.
view from the window.
Yeah. So there's actually a video, like a person took a video of it, and it's just spinning. It's like auto rotating because the air's forcing through it. I'm sure they shut it down, and the flames are coming out pretty good
Why wouldn't the flames go out then if it had air coming through it?
because there's
Just not
probably
strong
fuel
enough?
or something like that in
Some
there, right?
accelerator.
There's video from somebody's dash cam also. It shows like
Oh,
it's
from the
up in
ground,
air, and all of
okay.
a sudden you see this like it's flying, and then black smoke come off.
I wonder if a bird. I mean, they're obviously
know.
going to have to
FAA will
release. They're going to
check
have
it
to
out. But
release what
imagine being
caused
on
it.
that fucking flight.
Would you get on the flight if they said we got a new plane to take you to Hawaii? Would you get on it?
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
Because you just dodged a big fucking
You dodged
bullet.
a bullet, but you got another motor. You got another engine up there.
That's not going to make me feel any better.
I don't know.
Imagine, because usually when I fly, I get drunk because I get freaked out. Could you imagine that happening and being drunk and how bad you would freak out then?
Right. So go out and search United
Ooh.
Airlines flight, and this is going to be the first thing that comes up. So then the debris starts falling.
It's crazy.
It's like 20 miles north of. It happened 20 minutes after 20 miles
Out of Denver,
out
right?
of Denver, right? So, and it's pretty high up, but the debris from the motor, from the engine, I keep saying motor, but the engine starts falling all over the place. And so there's pieces of it, like the one I'm showing here is like the big front end ring.
Yeah,
that
the ring
goes-
you
the
see.
cover, that you see. And it's like in somebody's fucking front yard. There's pieces on soccer fields.
Yeah, they showed all the pieces. I found an article that showed like all the other pieces.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
It's pretty
and that
crazy.
nobody got hurt is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that house doesn't look like it has any damage.
But think
Maybe
of
that
thing
railway.
falling on the roof. How fast?
Oh no,
is
that would
shit
have
going?
been that would have destroyed that. Like it would have imploded. Like it would have hit. It was
Imagine you're sitting on the couch,
No, you wouldn't have survived.
it's chilling. I don't know. Is that worse than a tree fall? I don't know.
That's worse than a tree falling on you because that's going to destroy your whole house. While a tree's only going to destroy the part it fell on.
It's kind of crazy though, huh?
It is.
Yeah.
They looked. I mean, was
Fuck
it
yeah.
United? Is that what you said?
United Airlines, yeah.
So they're still going to have to deal probably with people who want to be compensated for pain and suffering and freaking out. But then I wonder if they'll have to pay anything to the people where even if it didn't cause damage, if it landed in their yard, they're going to be like, let us give you $5,000
Nah,
just to make
There's
it better.
nothing- It's just
Stranger things.
part
have
of living.
happened.
It's part of living. Just keep living as
What is this $1 million Jordans?
so. The OG Jordans
Right. From like 1980 something.
Yeah. from literally like 86. So signed. So Michael Jordan, rookie, 1985, signed Air Jordan 1. This is the first Air Jordans that came out, right? This is like
You have a picture?
Yeah,
Or no picture?
it's coming up. This is like, we had these when I was a kid. We had Jordans. They weren't signed by Jordan.
You had Jordans?
Yeah, but they were great skate shoes. This is before like skate shoes became like
Before they were
skateboard shoes.
Vans?
Before, well, it was before that. Like we used to wear Airwalks. We wore every type of skate shoe we go through. But the original ones were like Chuck Taylors, like
Okay.
high top Chuck Taylors,
Right.
right? But
So
$1
these are signed.
dollars.
That's why, because they're signed.
signed. right? But $1 million.
Did somebody buy them? I mean, there's
Somebody's probably
plenty.
bought 'em.
There's probably plenty of people that could afford to buy them, just not us.
Chuck sent me that, and I was like, hot damn. So scrub off the Jordan signature, right? They're probably still worth $500,000. Shoes
Why?
like that, there's like collectors that go out and collect just shoes and shit. And if you're into that shit, I mean, some people like there's like I can't remember the name of the actual shoes, Yeezys or something like that, and they're $1,000 just for the shoes. And then what happens is they release them in limited editions, and it'll boost. There's like a whole market, like underground almost, kind of like shoe
Interesting.
thing.
I mean, I'm a shoe girl, but not that kind of shoe girl.
Isn't that crazy? $1 million for a pair of shoes.
I guess if you can afford it and that's your
It's gonna
thing.
be on a glass case.
Yeah, you totally close it
Chilling.
off so there's no oxygen in there so they don't degrade and you keep them like 5 feet off the ground so your kids
It's like
can't
the
touch
ruby
them.
red slippers from the Wizard of Oz.
Yes, exactly
I
like
think
that.
those are worth $1 million too.
I
Kind
would,
of cool.
I would take those.
I don't know.
I don't want to wear them, but I would take them.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like you're spending $1 million. It's almost like art at that point.
Yeah, it's
Right?
totally. It's a
'Cause
collector's
you're not
item.
ever gonna. Well, obviously my foot wouldn't I'd have a lot of space.
She was tiny. She probably in the Jordans or in the ruby red
the
shoes?
ruby red shoes.
Yes.
Yeah, I want those to try them on.
Yeah, you'd wear them. So let's talk about cooking
$1 million, hell
this week.
So cooking this week's been interesting. Simply because there hasn't been a lot of options.
Well, there's been no eat out options.
Well, no eat out options, right? So we're doing our normal shit, but we've had a pressure cooker for how long?
A year. I bought it when the pandemic started because I thought I'm gonna Instapot some shit,
and we
finally did last night.
Yep.
It was pretty. I mean, I had to figure it out. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I was just waiting.
Let's hope I don't blow up the house.
Yeah.
But it worked pretty. I mean, the beauty of the pressure cooker is supposedly you do not have to. I say supposedly because we didn't. We thawed the chicken. And normally I think that we had some thighs. I don't know why we had thighs just left over in the freezer, so we thawed those out and stuck them in there, and it took about 12 minutes.
Yep.
Which is pretty amazing because I think it would have taken longer than that in the oven.
So if you guys have a pressure cooker,
we could have put them. Oh, there's a ton. I found after that last night. I went on to Pinterest and I was like, check out this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm making this. But you supposedly can put it in there frozen, and same amount of time it comes out done. And because you put water in there, now we have homemade chicken broth.
Hell yeah,
that I'm going to use to cook with later in the week.
Yep.
So,
hey, house didn't explode.
There's so many
throwing all sorts of
macaroni
shit
and cheese, and then I saw one that was a chicken parmesan, and we're gonna start
getting creative.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Pancakes on Friday. We did pancakes.
So good.
This is why pancakes.
So we did breakfast twice for lunch this week.
Tacos.
Tacos on Thursday.
Breakfast tacos.
Breakfast tacos with eggs, bacon, and cheese with a side of potatoes.
Cheese. Yep.
And then yesterday we did the pancakes,
which I haven't had.
You hadn't made them in forever.
5 or 6 years.
Probably closer to 5.
Yeah, because the pancake mix was from like 2000.
But another thing that had an expiration date that was totally fine.
We didn't die. We haven't grown any extra arms.
Well, they tasted fine. They didn't taste like you were like, this tastes a little bit rancid. Yeah. No, they were fine.
It's kind of funny. I don't know. It's
they were really good.
We used to skillet for the first time because I think the last time we used it was when we made pancakes 6 years ago.
No, I think we've used it since then.
I don't know. And then again,
tortillas. I think we used to use that before we got the Comal. So,
right.
Yeah.
So we're trying to think of just different things we haven't done to use some of our supplies that we have had forever and ever and ever. Right.
Yeah. Well,
because
I'm going to start using that pressure cooker more now.
Yeah. But it's also one of the things it's like we've eaten out. We normally eat out every night. I mean, eat home every night during the week.
We eat at home every night except for Thursday nights during the week.
And then lunch, we get a sandwich ordered in for
once a week.
Thursday or something like that, right?
Thursday's our day that we eat out.
Right. But because now
between no electricity and no water.
Right. Nobody's you couldn't get food for a few days.
And if they are open, they're running out of food because so many people are also trying to get outside of the house food.
Right.
So, and so we ended up finally finding a pizza place tonight that we've never had that we're trying called Rome's. They, I ordered a large pepperoni and some mozzarella sticks, and they didn't have any more large pizzas left. So they gave us 2 medium, which technically means we got more than
we needed.
Even than we paid for, but like that they ran out of larges.
It's interesting, yeah.
You went and got us lunch this afternoon, and you said the line for that was
McDonald's.
super long.
We hadn't had McDonald's in a long time.
No,
plus
and I was
just like
jonesing.
She wanted to.
I love McDonald's.
A little bit different, but
don't judge me.
There was
I love
the
McDonald's.
Picture of it was out. I think it was all over the Facebooks and stuff like that of like these 2 kids. I call them kids. Probably
teenagers,
young, working at a pizza or a Domino's here or something like that, and they're like they look like they were defeated, but I think they won the game. They sold an entire weekend's worth of pizzas in 4 hours.
Wow.
Right? Their whole weekend's worth of stuff.
Well, I mean,
that's pretty fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And that those guys could get that done.
Yeah.
You know, and just start. I mean, they were
probably having to make dough and crusts, and because I think what they tend to do,
they get all the supplies.
They get it all made ahead of time, and they keep it in the fridge until they need it,
and
they
delivered in. The doughs on all that are made.
Is it? It's not made there.
Now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it
so
was
it's all
made
trucked
there.
in, but you get a certain amount based on what your needs.
Right.
Typically are.
Well, but then, okay, so that means the Domino's I called tonight that had no pizza left. Are they getting a shipment? Because you said to call back tomorrow. Yeah, are they making their own dough?
They'll get it overnight. No, I doubt they're making their own dough.
Because the commercials always make it seem like Domino's makes their own dough.
They do at a warehouse and somewhere else. Probably. I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I haven't.
Don't quote me, bitch, because I ain't said shit.
What song? That was with
I don't even know what song that's from. I just know it.
And then the other thing that's funny, it's kind of interesting because a lot of people were still out of electricity. And this was, when did I go to the gym? Thursday. I went with my buddy, and we were coming back, and the line for like Whataburger.
Because I wanted a Diet Coke.
Right. And I couldn't pull into anything. And all the convenience stores were closed and everything else was
Right.
closed.
But the one that was open was right by Whataburger.
And the line to get in there was probably at least 100 cars.
Hopefully
You think it-
the
'cause it
like
wrapped
100
all the
person
way
got
around.
food because
I don't know. There's only so much food, right? And I mean, it's not that Texans love their Whataburger.
they do love their
Yeah.
Whataburger.
But if it's the only place open,
Yeah.
it's kind of
Because you also said Bill Miller's
Bill Miller's, which
was
is over here.
ridiculous.
It was another 100, and that's a barbecue joint here in Texas. And that was another, it had to, I don't know if it was 100 cars, but at least 75. And
Right.
our neighbors, I was talking to them last night. He said he
Which
sat in
ones?
line there.
Oh, next door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Travis I was talking to Travis, and he said that he sat in line for an hour and a half.
At Bill Miller's?
Bill Miller's.
Did he get food?
Yep.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Isn't that crazy?
Well, there's a gas shortage, so you're just running your gas now, waiting for food.
The gas is back, I think. I think it's back.
Is it back? Baby's back. Back again.
Jeez.
God bless it. I seen that song.
Hey,
every
remember,
show.
go out, like the show, subscribe, check us out on all the places, the internets, and then the iTunes and all that good
Podcast.
stuff too. So
Yeah.
if you guys are
Or Podbean.
interested, yeah. So feel goods. So I've got a good feel good for today. And this one is Toby, who was rescued in thanks to like a whole bunch of people. So he's a German Shepherd in Chicago. He was rescued after 4 days, kind of on the loose, so to speak. So the owner brought the dog in to get it cut on an ear checked or something like that, and he slipped out the door, right? And they couldn't.
Oh, we
get
had
him.
that happen.
Yeah.
Remember our neighborhood?
yeah.
Yeah.
And he just slipped out the door, and they could not get the dog, right? And then so people like the owner of the dog, put like on social media, hey, please keep an eye out for my dog. And people created an Instagram page. They created a Facebook page, like a Where's Toby sighting page, right? To go through. And a very kind of a dude that was pensioned was on the phone with his wife and literally said, hey, there's Toby. I got to call you back. And she was like, who's Toby? Right? Hung up, saw her, reported it, called the police, because they were also trying to help get the dog. And finally, the police said, hey, we can't get your dog to come to us. It's too scared.
Right.
So she drove down to where they found him, called his name in Spanish and said, come here in Spanish.
I think Toby's still Toby in
I know,
Spanish,
but
but
called
like,
him.
Aki, or
Yeah,
something.
whatever. And he came up to her
Aw.
and they got him. So it was pretty cool. That's my feel good. I think that's awesome. I always love, because we have some people here in town that we lost their dogs like a year ago now.
Yeah.
And they're
Almost a year
still
ago.
trying to find them. It's just one of those things. It's kind of
Who?
heartbreaking. The two Acadia and Acorsia.
Oh yeah, they
the
never.
two Goldens.
They're not gonna find
Yeah, I
them now.
know. It was sad, but this is a feel good. So, and then Beth's got, what do you
Mine is as you guys know, the NOLA parade was
got?
canceled
Chuck
this
said
year.
Easy E. Was that
Oh,
New Orleans? Yeah.
So the parades were canceled this year. So the people who do the parades or help with make the floats and all the things that they use for the floats decided that this year they were gonna. It's a husband and wife team, Inez and Renee Perrier, Pierre.
Yeah,
Perrier.
Perrier.
Are making like this one they made that they specific was a Dolly Parton themed float to pay
Can you
tribute.
share it?
Yeah.
Something to show.
I'll show. Let's see.
Plug
Yeah.
her in. That way you can see it and then share it out later on. Pretty cool. So there's something different because if you can't go to Mardi Gras or
Yeah, so
whatever.
they're doing yard float. So Yardy Gras.
Yeah.
So I'll do the first one where it's hard to see because the title is there.
That's still okay.
But you can see that they're making stuff to put in people's yards.
Yeah.
So they can still celebrate. And then like
Still
this is
finding
the
a
one
way
they
to do
made
something
for
different.
Dolly Parton tribute.
They put a
um,
mask over her face.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's cool now to put masks on stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah, so you could adapting their colorful floats to fit around porches, balconies, and even on the front of lawns. So they're just finding ways to A, continue their business, which is smart, and B, allow people who are usually involved and or very supportive to be like, hey, you know, we can still have these
Yeah,
yard
it's awesome.
draws.
Yeah.
So
People can walk around. They can
Mhm.
socially distance while still doing some other cool shit. So that's cool.
drink
Nice.
your beverage and walk around and
Hell
see
yeah.
all the cool
'Cause
yard
Everybody knows
floats.
you can drink booze outside.
Yes, you
in
can.
Texas. So today in history, this is kind of a cool one coming off of, like I said, the Mars rover Perseverance, is today in 1962, John Glenn orbited the Earth 3 times. First time
That's
ever,
so cool.
right? And this is a picture of the capsule that he was in.
Oh,
right?
you know what? I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Okay.
I just wanted to.
Breaking news.
I don't know if people know this. If you lose your dog or you find a lost dog,
Yeah.
it is a website called pawboosts.com.
Okay.
You can list if your dog is lost, and you can list if you've found or seen dogs.
Paw Boost.
Pawboost.com.
Pawboost.com.
Yeah. It's a lost and found for pets.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Sorry. I just wanted
No,
to
that's
share
good.
that.
So John Glenn's thing was part of Project Mercury, obviously, to be the first in space and those sorts of things. But this is a funny, I was looking up, if you've ever seen the interior of this thing, it's literally just knobs and buttons and shit.
Okay.
Right. And you compare that to the recent SpaceX launch, that we sent the 2 astronauts up, and it's like it's basically just
A panel.
computer panel with touch screens and all of that. So I said, I wanted to know, like, what was the technical capabilities of it? Your cell phone is like 4 million times faster than the computer, the smartphone, the computer that was in
It's crazy.
that they designed everything with. Right. And you think about that, you're like, yeah,
Glitching.
we've gone a long time.
Yeah.
We're glitching.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. We're getting there. So so that's the show for tonight, you guys. Thanks so much for
Fun
hanging
show.
out.
We had a good time.
Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. We'll be back on Wednesday, getting our internet checked tomorrow. Hopefully it stops the glitching and bitching and all the other stuff. So last quick question.
Yeah.
Going back to the kind of who would you kill question, right? Parent, kid, or spouse?
Oh, fuck, dude. Not answering that.
Why?
I'm not answering that. No matter which one I
You
answer.
can't say kid, no matter what.
Which one I answer, I'm a bad person.
You say
I'm gonna-
spouse and be like,
Sorry, baby, you're out
life
the door.
insurance. Depends on how old your parents are, I guess.
Oh, no. See, that's why I'm not answering.
Do you have a good relationship with your parents?
I do have a very good relationship
I do
with my
too.
dad.
Hey, life goes on.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm not answering that.
I just had to bring that back
Yeah,
up. So,
asshole.
hey, go out and make the fire. Do something good for someone, even if it makes you go out of your way, right? Just kind of do something cool. There's a lot of shit going on right now, and I think everybody can just,
Handle a little kindness.
yeah, a little kindness. Be
Got
good
it.
to each other. Ian, come get a beer, even though you're not going to, because I know you got a little upset tummy right now. And cheers to Evan Haley. See how like how I just dropped him under the bus.
Yeah.
Thanks, military, first responders, and all the frontline folks that are keeping our HEBs fucking
Open.
full right now. Yeah. So appreciate all of you guys. We'll catch you back here on Wednesday.
Have a great
Thanks
week,
so
guys.
much. Have a good night.